Hey guys, this is Sam from ScreenFiends.net, and these are my top 10 Star Wars video games. Kicking off, we have Star Wars Galaxies, which was an online MMO, which I'll admit I didn't really get a chance to play much myself, but the time that I did get to play it was really good. Basically, this was back in the time when MMOs, you could literally do anything. So a friend of mine was a Zabrak evil Jedi, basically, with a dual-sided lightsaber. Who could craft anything you wanted. He was a musician as well. Literally, you could do anything in this game. It was before they dumbed it down for the masses, so if you wanted to do anything, as long as you put the time in and learnt it, you could literally be whatever you wanted. The game got shut down in 2011, but there are still simulated servers up, run by private individuals. But as I say, this is an absolutely fantastic way to experience the Star Wars Galaxy exactly the way that you wanted to, rather than the way that you're scripted to do. In at number 9 is the Phantom Menace game, and I'll be honest, this is a very nostalgia-fueled entry. It wasn't until I was looking at the gameplay footage on YouTube to get this that I realised just how bad this was. But back in the day, I was 10, the film had just come out, and this was really good. This is actually one of the first games that I completed, and God knows how, because as I say, watching some of this back, it was so unfinished. I mean, we do moan about games getting patched and stuff nowadays, and all like the day one updates, but good God, you can see why. If we had to put up with this for another 10 years, none of the video games would have lasted. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It didn't really have much to do with the film. I mean, Obi-Wan can use a blaster and all kinds of stuff, and bribery, which Jedis wouldn't do. So at the time, really good. But looking back, good God, I got no idea how I got through it. Now, another one from my youth is Star Wars Demolition. I had this on the Sega Dreamcast, and it is vehicular warfare set in the Star Wars galaxy. It's a really paper-thin premise of you doing this tournament basically for Jabba the Hutt, and you just get to run around in loads of different Star Wars vehicles and try and blow everyone up. The controls were really bad on this. It was a pretty I don't know, it's really hard to control, but I had a lot of fun playing it. You could have tournament mode versus, there was a quite good campaign. You're going to get your little winning cinematic things at the end of it, but yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Number 7 is the Old Republic, and now this game is absolutely awesome. The only reason it's at number 7 is it's an MMO, and there wasn't any real end game when me and my friends were playing it back when it first came out, so we really tailed off it quick. However, it is free to play and it's still available, and you can level up your character to level 50, which is free, and it's done by LucasArts and BioWare, and BioWare did Mass Effect and the Dragon Age game, so it's fully voiced MMO. The story is really good, and as I say, you can play it for free. So if you've got the opportunity to do so and you've got the time to spare, it's really worth checking out. It was, as I say, a genuinely good game. The story was excellent. There's just no end game, so for an MMO, it wasn't that great. That's why it's at number 7 and not higher up the list. In at number 6 is the Force Unleashed franchise. I mean, there's only 2. I mean, I think there were going to be a third, but then when Disney took over, timelines got reset and all that kind of stuff, so yada yada. Basically, it's a button-bashing game where you play Darth Vader's secret apprentice, who was originally set there to lure the rebels into a false sense of security, basically unite them all so the Empire could go and wipe them out. But then he actually becomes a good guy and starts fighting for the rebels rather than against them. As I say, the story is really good, really good voice acting, and graphically it was really good as well. I mean, this and obviously the last one are cinematic trailers, not actual gameplay. It gives you a good feel for the game, and as I say, at the time, this is what I thought it looked like. Looking back at it, it doesn't look anywhere near it. But really good game, and a really good story set in between episode 3 and episode 4. And as I say, obviously they've reset all the canon of that now. But if you get a chance to go and play them, they're really cheap on Steam. It's well worth checking out. Okay guys, that's part 1 of my top 10 Star Wars games. Next week I'll do 5 to number 1, and I'll spend a little bit more time on those because those are going to be the big ones. Okay guys, thanks for watching. As always, subscribe to this channel, like us over on Facebook, And you can check out the podcast here on YouTube. We release a topic every week, or over on SoundCloud and iTunes. Okay, bye.